What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook Preview Show. We are looking at the Tuesday 10-game main slate on the DraftKings. And hallelujah, we have some real pitchers on this slate here. We had a couple of real pitchers on the Monday slate, but we obviously were stressed about our SP2 selections on Monday. And, well, a couple of unexpected names pitched really well, still going on. The Dodgers game just started, so we'll turn our attention to this 10-gamer, put that behind us here, where we have Garrett Crochet, Freddie Peralta, Logan Webb, Nick Pivetta, Jacob deGrom leading the way here as top-priced starting pitchers. Crochet and Peralta up over $10,000. We had a White Sox slate. Are they rocking the cool Bulls jerseys in this game?
I don't know. Hopefully they are sick.
Dude,
they are sick.
They are not worthy for how good those jerseys look, honestly.
Agreed.
And that, know, they should, maybe they should get Derek Rose to throw out the first pitch, wearing the red and black for the White Sox there. But obviously, again, some really good matchups for us to track here, and obviously a bigger slate, so more players, more value. We will have cores on this slate still with Atlanta. Do we have Tampa Bay's also at home? That's something to note as they face Kansas City. We know that ballpark, especially as we get closer and closer into the summer months, especially at night too, can be a hitter's haven there. So we'll follow all along. If you guys have any questions during the day, you can throw them in the comment section, but we'll be back live at 5 p.m. Eastern time to do it all over again. You guys want to hit that like, that share, and subscribe button. It also helps us out. A free way to support the show. Let's jump into it here, Grande. 10 games to talk about. Garrett Crochet, Freddie Peralta up over $10,000. Logan Webb, Nick Pivetta up over $9,000. Crochet, last game, not great against Seattle. Are we worried at all? I mean, the pitch counts that we've seen him throw, the Red Sox are getting their money's worth. He's never thrown really this much before. Last year was his first year as a starter, and they really limited him. We know he's elite. The metrics obviously suggest he's elite, but the walks are starting to be a little bit scary, and the pitch counts are high. Are we still comfortable paying 10-5 for Garrett Crochet in the spot?
Strikeouts are king.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I could definitely see a scenario where he's not the highest rostered pitcher like he's been, because he's been very highly rostered. My expectation, although Freddie Peralta hasn't been great, would be a lot of people gravitate towards him because the White Sox matchup.
Yep.
My guess would also be because of how good the next two guys are and have been. Logan Webb, awesome. Nick Pivetta, clearly the best of his career. Like, he's been...
He signed late too, right?
He did sign very late. Signed late and couldn't have signed to a better environment going up against a strikeout-heavy offense. So I think that there's going to be a lot of ownership dispersed between the top four names, but I think ultimately Crochet is fine. I don't have at first glance, I don't know who my top arm of that quad section is, but I'd be okay playing any of them. I think all of them are super high ceiling pitchers. So
sure. Toronto this year against left-handed pitching, 19% strikeout rate, 12% walk rate. In that game, he had 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 107 pitches. Not his best outing, obviously there. And everybody just picks on the White Sox. So I agree. I actually think we're going to get low ownership on Crochet with a 10-game slate and the White Sox being there. Everybody just saves some money and pitches Peralta instead.
Yep.
Certainly going to be interesting. Plus, I don't mean to just skip down, but we do have Jacob deGrom. Just faced the Athletics in his last start. 5 1/3, 2 earned, 6 Ks. Was lights out against the Dodgers. We thought this is the beginning of the end for Jacob deGrom against Tampa Bay and Seattle, but he showed us he's bounced back quite nicely. And if this, again, is the Jacob deGrom version that we're going to start to see here, like the 96 pitches, then $8,800 is a really nice value. So I'm kind of with you. Like, as a Red Sox fan, in tournaments, play Crochet, that's fine. But like Peralta, Webb, and Pivetta all seem super appealing
Yep.
to me. And then DeGrom also at that price point feels really good.
Agreed. Totally.
We also have Bryce Miller at home against the Angels at $8,200.
Yeah.
Which is certainly something that we could maybe take a look at. We know what his home road splits have historically been. Maybe those bounce back here against the Angels.
I mean, Angels have hit the skids after a good start, and they still hit home runs, but that's just about all they can do right now. They're not producing any offense outside of home runs. So, in a ballpark that is very conducive to pitching and not to home runs, unless your name is Polanco or Raleigh, then yeah, I like Miller. I also like. This is the start I traded for Taj Bradley for, John. This one.
This one,
I knew this one. I knew this one was on the
home start versus Kansas City.
No, I mean, I would also play him, Bradley here. I think Bradley looks good at 8K. Obviously, just you've said it, like gauntlet of kind of starts in a row.
Yeah,
and he hasn't looked great through most of them. He battled his way through that Arizona start to earn a quality outing, but there is a lot of upside against a bad Kansas City offense. So I like Miller. I like Bradley a lot here in the mid tier as well.
I told you. I mean, again, this is not relevant, but Taj Bradley got dropped in my FSGA league, and I'm like, I might throw the rest of my fat money on that pick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, this guy with a 5 ERA, he's at a 3.6 expected ERA, a 4.1 xFIP. K per 9 down from the last couple of years, but Arizona, New York, Atlanta, Texas, I mean, those are some tough runs. An easier schedule is probably on its way at some point. A lot of averages here. I'd be willing to go some Bradley for sure. I don't know what to do with Detroit. I mean, Houston banged all over Flaherty in the bullpen today. Houston got shut down against Kansas City over the weekend. Reese Olson's coming off of a great start. I don't really know what to do with this mid range here. Is there an obvious choice for you in the 7K tier?
Olson has looked good in 2 straight. That's for sure. Man, I like the Smith-Shawver price. Like, unlike, not that Bryce Elder was bad or anything, but like, he just doesn't strike anyone out.
Dude, Elder's got a quality start, 4 strikeouts tonight. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Doesn't strike anyone out.
Nope.
So, but what I like, my point is like, I'd be more willing to go to someone like Smith-Shawver because he just has shown the ability to miss bats before he got sent down. I mean, he obviously, like, highly coveted prospect, gets sent down just basically because they got Spencer Strider back, and then Spencer Strider goes down and they're like, actually, we need you again. And he didn't pitch poorly. He didn't really like deserve to get sent down. Maybe the walks are ultimately what, did him in, but
yeah, they hit, I mean, 6, 7, and 6 hits.
He wasn't great, but he was missing bats. This isn't necessarily like the best spot to pitch someone in, but you're not wrong when you're looking at the rest of the tier. Now, I don't think you need to. Like, Bryce Miller and Taj Bradley are cheap enough. Reese Olson is solid to where we don't have to go down into this tier. Maybe this could be a Michael Lorenzen start because Tampa Bay features so many lefties, and we know Michael Lorenzen doesn't mind lefties. He actually he prefers, hey, guys, bat all lefties versus me. I'm good versus them.
Yeah, Detroit was like this the random exception to that, right? Where he just got smoked in that game, but he bounced right back. And again, Colorado's bad anyways, and he handled them without trouble. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be afraid of going Lorenzen. Obviously, that ballpark again just puts it in play. But at $6,800, given sort of the rest of that group, I'm fine. I mean, we're not going to pitch Sandy against the Dodgers, obviously, but at some point, he's going to either turn back into the guy we know, or he's going to be way too cheap, or maybe he just needs more time coming back from that the Tommy John surgery.
Well, if I remember correctly, and I'm looking it up now, Sandy Alcantara was bad prior to Tommy John. No, he won the Cy Young.
He won the Cy Young, yeah.
Yeah, but then he had a bad year.
Well, that's because he needed this. He needed Tommy John surgery.
Well,
he won the Cy Young for the most
28
innings he had ever
starts.
thrown in his career, and was basically worn out at that point. He's probably pitching with a bad arm the entire year until it gave out on him.
Yeah, 33 starts in 21, 32 starts in 22. He won the Cy Young, and then 28 starts in 23.
Yeah, that shut him down
with a 4 ERA. I mean, his numbers look like they should come down a little bit. 6.56 ERA, 4.82 expected, 4.21 xFIP. 4.55 Sierra.
Yeah, we are talking Dodgers matchup. I'm not suggesting right now. It's more so like a future start. If we keep getting Sandy at this price, there will be a matchup where he pays that.
Sure.
All right. Anything else at pitcher?
I don't believe so.
Catcher then. Again, a lot of catcher options for us here. Augusto Ramirez up to 37. Francisco Alvarez returned, had a decent day. Of course, everybody but Lindor did for the Mets. He gets the righty-lefty matchup. Caro's on the slate, but going up against Peralta. Let's see. Any other clear? Gabe Moreno gets Peterson at 3K. John, let's see. That might be it for like the value.
I mean, Cal Raleigh is 5K.
I guess technically Cal Raleigh just always in play.
I know 5K is a lot, but
he's gonna homer.
He has many home runs.
I guess at some point we also get to a spot where it's like we need him to do more than just solo homer. So 5K. I mean, listen, Sean Murphy's $5,300. He just had an RBI single. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI. That's not paying off $5,300. You need basically a homer at that point. So
yep.
Goodman homer tonight. You could play that if you wanted. Hunter Goodman at 4,300.
Yep.
Sure. You know who has problem with home runs? Taj Bradley. Salvi in that ballpark. $4,100.
He does have a problem with home runs.
It could be a Salvi. Will Smith still 3,900 if Alcantara is going to keep. Got to be garbage, right? You're just going to play Will Smith, I think.
Yep.
So that's catcher. We'll see when we go live again at 5. We'll have some official lineups out for you guys. We'll see who's in or out, but there's certainly a lot of plays out under $4,000 to help you build your lineups around. I guess I'm curious. Like, we've had a few slates where like nobody plays Dodgers, given like the perceived matchup against them. I wonder if people see the name Alcantara and then don't play Dodgers, because at current form, if we have low owned Dodgers, I would play them. I'd play Dodgers low owned here against Alcantara.
100%.
So, because I mean, more people are probably going to try to go to Atlanta. They've hung 6 runs on the board and counting so far. So, Herman Marquez, I did my best to sell him to you guys as a punt option last time out. Was not the play against Kansas City. He's now had negative outings in his last 2, so I would imagine everybody just runs right back to this Atlanta well.
He's not a good pitcher.
No, he is well beyond. He had one good year, maybe. Getting like Olsen, Freeman, Ohtani, I am fully on board with. What are your sort of thoughts, I guess, of the top tier?
I would basically play each of the first 4 names. Naylor against Peterson, probably not. Good with Soderstrom. Pavin, no. I don't mind Torkelson. You can play Salvi here. Tolia looks interesting if Smith-Shawver is going to strike people out but allow a lot of traffic. So
another hit for Tolia tonight. So
yeah, maybe probably partnered with like 4 strikeouts, but that's the Michael Tolia experience.
No strikeouts. How about that?
Wow, impressive.
Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins has been really good. I know Gilbert's going to open, and then they're going to go with Bryce Wilson, but like it's Bryce Wilson. There's a reason why Bryce Wilson is where he is and pitching for the White Sox in a long relief role. So I don't mind Hoskins when we drop down below 4K. Costas is homering. Pasquantino is still terrible. Do we have any, like, is there like any punt? Like if Biggio's hitting 5th, no, I can't do it. He's been absolutely terrible. No.
Yeah, there's nothing too down here.
Just Costas is probably the low.
So.
Yeah, Costas is probably the lowest anyone would go, and even then, that's like.
What's our guy Estes' like fly ball rate? Does Berger play?
Estes does have a very elevated fly ball rate. Let's look. He's always been a big time fly baller. What do you want to know first? Ground ball rate or fly ball rate for
fly
Joey
ball
Estes?
Rate.
60%.
Yeah, that plays. All right. A little Jake Berger action.
20% ground ball.
Yeah, a little Jake Berger action at 2,900.
Yeah.
Last time we faced an ace pitcher with a high fly ball rate, we played Berger and he homered. So it works. All right. Second base. Again, some super expensive plays up at the top. Albies, Bregman, still with second base eligibility. Moore's fine at 46. Gleiber had a huge day the other day. Not sure your thoughts on Gusto, 45. What do we think here? Do we think we want to spend up, or is the 4K range where we're looking to live?
Might be an Albie slate.
Could be.
So I'm not going to say no to any. I'm not going to say no to any Brave. Every Brave is in play today. Altuve, after asking to hit second, pays off in spade. He requested it. That's why we got the Jeremy Pena leadoff today.
Too tired or not ready to hit because he's running in from the field. How much further was second from left field? Like where he's playing?
I don't.
That seems insane to me.
Insane. It's definitely insane. It's absolutely insane.
Like it's not. He's not running from the parking lot. Like.
No, he is just simply jogging in
from the closest outfield position to the bench. Well, I guess it depends.
What if his leadoff hitter
depends on the park? But
what if his leadoff hitter is seeing one pitch? What if Jeremy Pena goes up there for 5 straight games and swings at the first pitch?
Like what is?
Then what? What's the difference?
And they were like, okay, Jose, like sure, you conceded to that. Like I'd send him to a sports therapist. I'm like, yeah, you got to work this out. Like doesn't make any damn sense.
It doesn't, but you know what? He hit a home run that went really far. So, so if you want to play Altuve, the 2-hole hitter, you can. Glaber's definitely solid. Christian Campbell's definitely solid. I mean, you mentioned stacking against Alcantara. Like if I know Edmonds not on the right part of his split, but
yeah.
The Dodgers will be low owned. He has good eligibility. Luis Angel he's been awesome. And the reason why they were able to send down Brett Beatty again. Yeah, probably a trade candidate.
He's never performed when he's been up here. So, that's on him as much as it is anything else.
It's on, sure. Agreed. Completely.
It's not like he's like, smoking the baseball and they're like, well, we just don't have a spot for you. You got to, no, he's not hitting. So,
he does when he goes down to the minors. He's always hitting.
Plus Jeff McNeil came back. He had a big day today, but that's lefty.
He did. He had a really big day. That's true.
That's probably it, I guess. Then we don't have our boy. We also don't have the Twins on this slate, anyways. But pour one out for Luke Keyshaw.
The Towinator at 3,500.
Okay, sure.
The Towinator doesn't have any hits. Back?
He traveled. Marte traveled.
Yeah, he's
Traveled with the team.
he's close.
Could be a Marte day. Excuse me. All right, third base again. All Braves will be in play in Coors. Bowden Francis doesn't have great peripheral numbers.
No, he doesn't.
So Red Sox, maybe their offense, they scored a lot of runs versus Cleveland. Maybe they're starting to swing it back around. Devers homered in back-to-back games. We know what Bregman's obviously capable of doing. Eugenio missed 4 homers himself. One of now 19 members to have 4 homers in a game.
Didn't he hit 3 earlier in this year?
Yeah, we talked about this one. 7 of his 10 homers have come in 2 games. Or I guess not. He had 4 in. I thought he had a 3-homer game too. But I guess
thought
he
did
4
too.
He had 4 in 3 games. So
okay.
We had the Mandela effect here. We definitely both remember him having a 3-homer game, don't we? Was it last year?
It had to be last year. He also has 8 home runs in 4 games this year and 2 in the other 24.
Yeah. But he has got a lefty. It's the right split for him there. Polanco keeps homering. Let this dude just hit from the left side forever, right?
Apparently. And he's doing it at home.
Yeah. Well, again, we got killed this weekend because we're like, Seattle at home, we're out. And then they just ran. They ran all over that offense, pitching staff in Miami. So put up a lot of runs. 21 in the last 2 games there in their home ballpark. Kahanovic is not very good. So could very well run that one back.
He is not.
Again, at some point, we'll see Caminero going a long stretch of home runs. Good ballpark for him. Righty.
And righty. Yeah, Lorenzen righty. That's it.
Yep. Let's see.
You know whose StatCast page probably looks way better these days, John?
Vientos.
$3,500 Mark Vientos, who has absolutely come alive.
This home run did come off a position player today, so we have to at least dock that a little bit.
You're 100% correct. Also, he's just kind of been better in general.
Sure. Let's check it out. Let's check out the StatCast page. The problem with Mark Vientos this year was his swing speed was like a 5%.
Speed, right? Yeah.
He couldn't catch up to anything because he was swinging so slowly. I mean, it is definitely better than it for sure was earlier. Bat speed still not great, 22 percentile, but what it's helping him out now is that his strikeout rate's only down to 20%, which is great. And walk rate's up to 9%. So those numbers are moving in the correct direction.
Right.
Excuse me. So definitely improving. I wish there was a way to do like last 15 for like the StatCast or something like that, but there isn't. So maybe starting to come alive. I would not argue against a Vientos play against Erod here if we were going in that direction. You're a Norby guy. 3,200 feels cheap for that.
Yeah, the Dodgers are just so screwed because they just have pitchers that get hurt all the time, and we never know who's starting when.
Did Dustin May just get hurt again? Or are you talking?
No, but they're starting. This projected pitcher hasn't pitched since the 7th of April.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we sure he's pitching? Is that like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
was it Carlucci? Did he share something earlier today? Somebody tweeted something.
I know earlier today. Glasnow is not expected to go on the IL.
No, he did. They just placed him on it like 10 minutes ago.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Dude, they literally came out with a statement like leaning towards not putting him on IL. Yeah,
no, they placed him on the 15-day.
So,
so it was Vlad Sedler of FTN tweeted, the Dodgers don't have anyone to start on Tuesday. It's either a bullpen game, likely led by Jack Dreyer, or they call up Nick Frasso from AAA, who's got a 5.5 ERA. And then he basically listed out sort of their current pitching situation and a bunch of guys who are already ruled out, a bunch of guys who threw a bunch of pitches. He listed Bobby Miller, but he had 5 walks in his last start. And a bunch of their other AAA guys had already just recently pitched. So he's saying bullpen game, or they make a move with Nick Frasso is his just guess. And this is on Twitter. So
because Gonsolin's making his debut Wednesday. Tony Gonsolin makes his debut Wednesday. So or they push him up to tomorrow.
Yeah, Todd Zola, again, also of FSWA Hall of Fame ilk, said that obviously Sauer's what's listed on projected pitchers. So we will see.
Okay. I'm just saying, he is listed as the probable starter on Fangraphs.
Yeah.
So that's my Bible. I don't know about you, but that's what I pray to every
to your
night.
point, they do have Gonsolin listed. The problem is they'll run into the same problem. If they pitch Gonsolin on Tuesday, then they need a Wednesday starter. So I guess all that does is save them a day of their bullpen or a AAA guy. So
that's what my thought was, that if you move Gonsolin up to Tuesday, then you have the extra day of rest, even for the minor league options, right? Like even those guys give you an extra day.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they want to do that to Gonsolin if he's preparing for Wednesday, coming back from Tommy John and a back injury, right? Didn't we go from Tommy John to a back, and now we're like, hey, it's now May, like we're finally pitching. So
Kershaw's in the minors, but he's not ready to come up yet, I guess.
Yeah, not ready to come up. All that to say, like, I love Norby. I would just love to know who I'd play Norby against. Like, who are the Dodgers starting? Because, like,
it might not even matter who they start. If you get a bullpen game of like relievers, Miami still just might be in play. I mean, I don't hate it, right? Like, and then you've always liked Durbin, 31, gets the Chicago opener with bullpen game. So.
He's a good little player.
Yep.
Keyword little.
Little play. Little player. It for me at third.
Yeah.
Okay. Shortstop. Bobby Witt, 58. Mookie Betts, 55. Lindor, $5,000. I mean, Lindor was the only one not to do anything in this game. They scored 19 runs. He was over. So he could be due. Perdomo versus a lefty at 44. Can play Story if you want. Polanco can be here. I'm like unexcited about this top part of the position, but I mean, there's obviously names you can play.
Yeah, Bobby Witt, he's great against anybody. Can be great against anyone. Mookie fits a Dodger stack. Obviously, he hits second. And Alcantara's been kind of bad. Lindor definitely is good. Who knows about the Dodgers, but Xavier Edwards and his stolen base upside is definitely in play. I don't love the price for Xavier Edwards, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Story upside, 2023 All-Star Geraldo Perdomo is definitely fine. He's kind of been a drag. Zach Nato's been pretty awesome since coming back. I know Bryce Miller is like good pitcher at home and stuff, but like, dude, this is a 30-30 guy.
Yeah.
If he over 162 games, like the Angels have something here, and I just hope that they can stay healthy enough and like develop more guys around him because he is so good.
They keep rotating guys in the leadoff spot. They had Trout lead off the other day. So,
well, Ronnie's trying to find anything to work here, but
maybe the answer is him. Maybe the answer is Nato.
Maybe it is Nato. And honestly, I'm gonna probably suggest him nightly because if the price remains here, right? Because he's gonna be a 5K player by the year's end. Like, maybe by the All-Star break, he's a 5K player, and we're like, yeah, remember that time when he was 4K? And
I was asking you preseason, if you remember. I'm like, because Nato was going super late in best ball drafts. I'm like, so like, what's the deal here? Is this a real thing? Is he really going to be a 30-30 candidate, like a 20-30 guy? Like, what's going on? And so far, he's come up and just raked.
Yeah, he has.
Nick Allen has another good night tonight. 3 hits and a RBI from the 9-hole. $3,500 for him.
Yeah, solid. I mean, we talked about how to get Braves value. One being Allen, two being Eli White, and three being Verdugo, which everyone what are like they all doing? Are they all the value plays? I know they were doing good
Every single
earlier.
person on the Braves offense tonight has a hit. 6 of the 9 have a run scored. Yeah. The only ones without RBIs are Riley, Olsen, Albies, and in White. But I mean, again, like everybody on the Braves have fantasy points. The worst
White
Braves
has two
player of
hits,
the
doesn't he?
what?
White has 2 hits, doesn't he? I saw you had 2 hits
Yeah,
earlier
he's 2 for
today.
4. Yeah. I'm saying the worst Braves player tonight is Austin Riley because he's just 1 for 4, with no runs or RBI.
Cool, dude.
Everybody else has at least 2 hits, a run, or an RBI. So
Sick, dude.
yeah, Austin Riley is the worst of the worst. He's actually at the plate right now at first and second, 1 out. So maybe that changes with a swing of the bat right now. But Nick Allen and below him, Josh Smith versus a righty. He may lead off tomorrow, right? Pilar's not leading off. We might get Josh Smith in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, almost guaranteed. 60% fly ball rate. Sign me up.
Right? Well,
Sign
Josh
me up.
Smith in the leadoff spot there looks pretty good.
Yep.
JB Crawford's been really good, dude.
He does this every year. Every year he goes through these stretches.
Dude, 11 RBIs in his last 10 games, 395 average. He's $2,800.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, you know?
Does it every year?
That feels good, though. That feels like a good value.
It does. Because you can you can also play, like if you wanted to play Seattle, you can play Polanco at third. You don't have to, you're not burning Polanco at short. And then you could play Crawford at short. And you have a pretty cheap Seattle stack if you wanted to get Coors or
what did like
whoever.
The Phillies trade him to the Orioles? Is that is that how that's whole? Because he was like a top prospect for the Phillies, wasn't he? Way back when.
Yes, I thought it was. I thought it was a Phillies.
Was it direct to Mariners? Let's see. You might be right. For whatever reason, I like picture him as an Oriole, but you could be right. Yeah, Philly to Seattle, 100% correct.
Austin Riley double play.
Hey, did not need that. Didn't want it. Didn't ask for it.
Oh no, he actually legged it out. With his super fast speed.
Force out, huh?
Really fast player, Austin Riley is.
So he got Verdugo got forced out. Great. Super awesome. Fun. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone. We're all doing it. All right. Well, whatever. If Ozuna and Olsen can drive some RBIs, I have them in DFS tonight too. So we're all champions. Back to Crawford. Did go to Seattle right after the Phillies. I don't know what that trade was, but excuse me. Good play at $2,800. Outfield. Then you have Ohtani. Corbin Carroll's back on the main slate, which is always fun.
Do you want to know the trade?
It's like Cliff Lee.
No, but I just haven't heard this name in a while.
Oh boy. Okay.
Gene Segura.
Oh, straight up.
Relief pitcher Juan Nicasio and James Pazos.
I remember Juan Nicasio.
Yeah, me too. JP Crawford and Cleveland Guardian legend Carlos Santana was in that deal.
Oh. Yeah, one of the 12 teams he's played on.
4 of them being the Guardians, and then how could we not remember?
How could we forget about the Royals?
Duh, idiots.
The 22 games that he played. Anyways, outfield's always fun because you can play any of these guys here. I legit wouldn't say no to any of them. Maybe Rooker would be and Tatis would be the bottom of my list.
And you could still play them in large. Yeah, you could still play both of them, if you wanted. But I agree.
Son of a gun. Yeah. I mean, I showed you the stat the other day. Corbin Carroll logged the best first to third or home to third time in the MLB in the same game. He had 2 triples. He went like 11.1 seconds and 10.8 seconds home to third. Wildly fast, man. So,
Wildly and very strong.
Yeah, very strong. Yeah, it doesn't even matter that a lefty's on the mound. He is all the way back. As I mentioned, Mike Trout's leading off again, or we think is leading off. So you can do that. After a slow start, Jarren Duran is on fire right now. Dude stole home.
Yep.
Also, which I have to assume that now this was planned. He stole home the same day that Jacoby Ellsbury had the straight steal of home, like 18 years prior. So I'm wondering if it was like an anniversary thing. Like Duran's like, I got to get on third. I'm going. He has also now stole home in 4 straight seasons, Jarren Duran. So
honestly, surprised Jarren Duran has played Major League Baseball for 4 years. But those first 2 years were not very good.
It was not very good.
No. Those first 2 years were not like last year and this year. I'll tell you that.
No, he figured it out. I mean, dude, he's top prospect. He just like couldn't. He had an infinite strike zone. He was just like swinging. Now he's kind of figured it out a little bit. But coming all the way back now. Still missing the power, but maybe that will come. Not really afraid against Bowden Francis there. Maybe some signs of life from J-Rod. Wyatt Langford is always alive, especially against a guy with a 60% fly ball rate.
Yep.
Willier homered over the weekend. Jordan homered over the weekend. Michael Harris having a good day.
Michael Harris, Teoscar.
Yep.
Jung-Hoo Lee will probably just have 3
No one's going to play him against Pavetta, so.
Might be 3 for 4 with 3 doubles in this game just because it's Jung-Hoo Lee.
Yeah. Our boy W.D. Smith is listed on MLB.com right now. Not Will, but W.D. Does he go by W.D. or Will? Which one is it?
It is a very...
Did he switch back? Did he switch back to W.D.?
I don't know, but I mean, what are we doing? There he is.
It says Will here. Says Will here. Well, he's up with the bases yucked right now, so we'll see what happens there.
His ESPN page is also just Will.
All right, so MLB.com just throwing us the D for no reason, right? Doyle at $4,500. Doyle's at $4,500.
This show's great.
All right. Meisner, $4,200. He's still awesome. Even gets Lorenzen. I get the lefty thing, but I don't know. Do we think Lorenzen's a real guy? I guess that's the question.
I mean, he just gets lefties out, dude. That's all he can do. He just it's like a multi-year thing.
Here's the thing. Tampa Bay is a very analytical team. So yes. I'm very curious if they actually pay attention and just like play Mead and play those guys and not go the lefties here.
I would be shocked. If we saw Curtis Mead like in the lineup. But you're right. Yeah, like you're right. But I would just be shocked. When's the last time Michael Lorenzen has been bad? I feel like we've been talking about this for years.
Yeah, well,
he just gets lefties out.
A couple of games ago, all the lefties of the damaging game, Carpenter and Green and all those guys got to him in that game. I mean, they're hitting 271 off him this year, but for the most part, I mean, the Wobas are all still under 300 for the last 3 seasons. Slugging,
2022
doesn't exist.
2022 was the last good year for lefties. 336 Woba, and that is the only category they were good in. It's a big sample.
I agree.
They stunk in 21. They stunk in 20.
Verdugo's still 4K, so he might be the highest roster guy.
Yeah. Yes, he will. He will be. How many hits? He has multi-hits tonight?
2 for 4, a walk, an RBI, a run scored, and no stolen base. Albies and Harris have the stolen bases tonight. So, yeah, I mean, you get him at the top of the lineup. He's hitting 350 now, so get him against Marquez. Everybody will play that. The Miami lefties could be in play against the bullpen against the Dodgers, so Stowers certainly an option for us here. I mean, Nemo obviously had the huge game, but this is lefty.
Yep.
Morel always live for homers. He's kind of hot right now too, right? Nope, I lied. Not hot. He was for the back-to-back homer games, then not so much. Carpenter's 38.
Riley Green.
Rayleigh's 37.
Green double dong. The double dong from Green on the
Riley Green hit 2.
What is today? Monday? 2. Hit 2.
Nice life. Lourdes is just garbage, so that's too bad.
What happened?
I don't know.
You know who's not? Eli White.
Jordan Beck. 2 more hits tonight.
Jordan Beck also not hurt. Yeah, he's a dude.
2 more hits.
Yeah.
Check out my prospect write-up on him.
I did. I saw that. It was a good write-up.
Thanks. I'm the prospect guy now. Also really good. Chandler Simpson. He is a lefty.
Dude.
But, you know?
It doesn't matter, though. Like, if he can just... He's hit safely, I think, in every game he's played in. And only 1 extra base hit. But, like, he also will just get to the next base. Because he's really fast. So...
Sedon's heating up a little bit. Homered over the weekend. A couple of stolen bases. A couple of homers. Eli White, as you mentioned. Moniak down here. Pajes 32. What's our Pajes status at tonight?
I don't know.
Pajes 0 for 1. Did not strike out at least. 0 for 1 though. Jesus Sanchez is $3,100. If Leotis is in the lineup, you go there. That might be it.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
right.
Obligatory Cam Smith. Obligatory
Cam Smith. There we go. All right. Drew Waters. Drew Waters at the same time. We said at the same time. I would play Drew Waters here for sure. Lefty in Yankee Stadium light. Like
another former top prospect.
Yep. Guys got the pop, got some speed.
Yeah, he has a lot of both those things.
I like honestly, good. That's a good play. All right. Let's get a line up. Where do we want to go?
So I think one of the top pitchers plus Miller/Bradley probably makes the most sense. And I don't care who we go. Freddie's the most logical.
I mean, if we're just doing strikeouts, we probably want Taj, right? Taj and Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, Taj has the higher strikeout ceiling. Miller obviously has the
probably better win equity in that game.
Better. I mean, everything. Better park. Yeah, the park is better. Well,
let's go Miller then. If we need the $200, we'll go down.
Okay. Do you want to play JP Crawford? Was that like a pretty?
Yeah, I mean, I think so because I didn't really think shortstop was like the must play position like it usually is.
No.
So that's 41.
Eli White, Verdugo.
Yeah, I think. I mean, are we just gonna do the Braves here?
The Braves. Yeah, just go to click the button. Just go to the Braves team. Just make this easier on yourself. You know.
Sure. Are we 3 stacking it or like outfield? Are we getting like Ozuna?
I mean,
it's Herman Marquez, right? So
I would 5 stack against Marquez. I would play 5 Braves if we could find a way there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's possible, but I would. Like Olsen.
WD. Olsen's 55, 31.
Oh, I know we got something down here.
Could play Massey.
He's been absolutely horrendous. He has been so bad.
Does 33 get us anybody? No, just Amador.
It just stays at. It's like I've looked at
Well,
Semyon.
we can go
Basically,
down.
this whole
I think
time.
WD is obviously a great play, but we can go down from WD Smith here.
Who did you put? You third base Vientos. You could like play Luis Angel and then maybe like Torrens or something, and then have like a 3-man Mets.
Yeah.
You know, like Luis Torrens is like, oh no, they have Luis Torrens is
Yeah,
not going to be starting.
Alvarez
It's
is
going to
back,
be
but still 37 gets us the
Alvarez.
same stack. Alvarez, Acuna, Vientos. They might all hit right next to each other in that lineup.
With a 4-man Braves and a 1-off Crawford.
With Miller and Peralta.
And if you needed the 200, we have that.
Yeah, if we needed
also,
it, we could get there. 200 doesn't get you anywhere at second, but and again, if tomorrow, I'm sure we're going to see it. If the Dodgers are low owned, they're going to make it a very appealing tournament play.
Agreed.
And you don't have to play Peralta either. You can go down and play a Pivetta or a Webb and save a little bit more cash. So.
Yep.
All right. Example: Peralta, Miller, Alvarez, Olsen, Acuna, Vientos, Crawford, Verdugo, White, and Ozuna. For your example lineup, myself and Keith will be live back again at 5:00 Eastern time. Again, leave a comment in the comment section if you have any questions for us. Give us know who your favorite plays of the day are. Where are you going at pitching? And we'll be back later. Talk to you then.